Welcome back to Limbus Company Daily Mirror Dungeon. Last time we did a Poise build. That means we've done Rupture, and then we've done Charge, we've done Poise, and there's one other status effect that's been getting a lot of stuff, and that's Sinking. Now, for sake of convenience, I already built my team because I had no idea what I was gonna go with. I don't know the Sinking units as well as I know a lot of the other units. Yeah, I started with a decent eco gift for sinking. It's basically just the battery, but with sinking. Whenever an ally deals damage, it inflicts 3 sinking. If it was with a gluttony, it's 5 sinking instead. Pretty nice. And this is the team. Of course, this is kind of like the main part of the team. This is like the only good way of getting sinking out is primary and tertiary. And is this one, if the target is turned around sinking, we can sinking deluge, spend it all, which is a very nice effect, that's for sure. This is gonna be probably the main part of this. Faust doesn't have any sinking. There's only 6 sinking identities in the game as far as I know. I went with her because she's got Fluid Sac, which is not exactly sinking, but you know, it's close enough. Hong Lu's got some sinking with his primary and secondary. Of course, this unit's a little bit questionable at times, but it's got sinking. It inflicts sinking with inflicts sinking with his primary, and that's about all as far as the sinking goes. Oh, the counter also inflicts 5 sinking, which is nice. Let's see, Ishmael, of course, she's got sinking. Sinking. Fair bit of sinking there, although it costs a lot of sinking too because a lot of hits. Got some sinking here, and Otis doesn't have a lot, but she's got the skill 3 and being 5 sinking. Yeah, that's the basic premise. Start out with, we'll probably just do like probably skip these two to start out with, and we'll grab Honglu later, and Faust will be the 7th member. And she's not going to be as important. And we'll have... Oh, oops, I meant to do like this. And we'll have you last, because I think then you'll have better luck when it comes to counter, if you are last. I don't know, you don't really want him to be using more skills. I have not used this identity a lot in recent times because, well, it's hard to make work. I think you could make it work fairly well with the right build. Mainly if you get like this far light startup thing that might actually make it so he just read this if he has minimum sanity. You can just get all negatives with skills. I don't know exactly how that far left one works, but you know it if you've seen it. It's very strange. I probably shouldn't have him flash though. That's just a recipe for disaster. Okay. And if he takes some damage, the blunt doesn't do much though. And he gets that off. Nice. I don't think too many of the sinking Yugis are like that powerful. I haven't seen all the Yugis yet. I don't know if there's a tier 4 sinking ego gift. I know there is for like a couple of the other status effects. I don't know if sinking has a tier 4 though. It's not like they'd have a new gift that gives sinking deluge because we already have sinking deluge, so I don't think they do it again. I just realized I should not have mind whipped there. I should have just defended with her. Why did she have 2 mind whips already? Jeez. Hopefully that's fine though. Hopefully no one dies immediately. That wouldn't be nice. Huh? And okay. He can take it at least. I was gonna be like, that's an awful person to mind it, but it's actually perfectly fine. It means you lost some sanity from that. Which means it's not like the worst possible outcome. Thanks to the fact that Ishmael is just inflicting a bunch of sinking on him. And victory. That's the round 1. We can get charge ego gifts, those could help too, because of the fact we've got Reindeer Ishmael. Look up for the events, see if we get anything. This guy. So if you cut the ring, you get the employee card. What happens if you don't cut the ring? Tang, tang, tang. The ramming at the door and the sloshing continue. Continues, but yeah, should be continues. I keep watching and listening. A more attentive hearing reveals the sound have a rhythm. Perhaps there's delight to be found in it. Nothing happened. All right. Another event. And butterflies. Take a break. Take the funny ego gift for more damage. It's always nice. Now, another fight time. Oh, Just hit my mic. Whoops. And you
가능하면
guys.
다치시지 않게 싸우셨으면 좋겠어요.
3 charm count, not great. You can counter. He's going for blunt, so it shouldn't do too much. Although it is lust, and he's weak to lust, so it'll still do more than I'd like. You do that. He's taking some damage, but you can just counter it. And he's gaining SP, and I don't know where he's gaining SP from. Do I have something that boosts my SP and I don't realize it? I hope not. Oh, I'll go for this here, though. Can I corrode this? No. I'll do it for this, though, because it's not... He won't gain Sandy because he's not going to be able to clash. This is a pause. It is. The paralysis is unfortunate here. If I could... Who would it target it, theoretically, if I were to corrode it? I should check that. You. That's sad, because he's got the paralysis right now, so if he used an ego, it would be a negative guaranteed tails. I mean, it's going to be guaranteed tails for ADD, which means it's just going to be 22 instead of, 29. Which is fine. Although it would have worked really well with Fallible, so... A little unfortunate. He spent a lot of Sandy either, because he's gaining Sandy from killing, that's it, isn't it? That's not great. Normally he doesn't kill too much, that's like the one good thing about that part, but he is killing a fair bit here. Okay. And you don't have enough charge, we just go for attacks and finish them off here. Like that. Okay. That one's almost dead. That one is dead. And now this one is dead too. Simple enough. You're building... If we can build up a lot of sinking on a boss abnormality to be specific, and then we can just deluge it, that'll do a lot of damage. That's the general idea of this run. We'll see if I can make it work. No guarantee, but it's definitely possible. I'm gonna gloom, a little bit of gloom resonance going on here. We probably shouldn't though, we should just counter this. Doing slash, he's weak to slash and weak to lust. He'll be fine though, I think. Hard to say. Okay, yep, he sure is fine. He's doing fairly well, I'd say. And that counter's not gonna do anything. Should he kill them though? I guess he might as well. It's not like the best for him to kill. Oh, he's not gonna get a chance to. He'll probably use it on someone else randomly, random one-sided attack. And it'll do fairly well. I'm not clashing with him, am I? I don't know what this passive sanity game is run. He's not killing people, I don't think. I think he's kind of failing in that front. Oh, mass attack time. These guys are very done. Okay, the mass attack's only hitting one person. Awesome. Oh, it's because of the other one's the mass attack. Yeah. Fine then. Doesn't really change anything. Because the whole thing about Moment's Horrible Reese is the fact it spends the charge at the start of the turn, or spends the tremor at the start of the turn, instead of, when it triggers. So, no matter what, when you want to freeze. Do more damage or take less damage if anything that's stinging at the start of the phase. As the Gloom skills deal more damage and take more damage. Take less damage. I was like, wait a second, take more damage, but no, it's a negative. It's a minus. It's always hard to tell because minuses and just dashes for like bullet point purposes are easily confused. Do we have more pierce or do we have more slash? I want to say we've got more pierce, so I'll go for this fight. And we'll add Hong Lu here. We won't bother changing the speed because we really shouldn't get to the point where it matters, because then we'll have a normal fight that's taken like 5 turns.
끝내고 밥 먹으러 가자고.
Wait for that. Struggling. That's not nice. This guy's gonna resist that, unfortunate. Not much else he can do. He can evade. He might as well try. He's got bad chances of winning that. He didn't succeed the evasion, but that's fine. Okay, and Heathcliff's almost staggered. Luckily, his like passive's triggering like often, so he's gaining like his defense or whatever.
먼저 끝내고 돌아오는 친구는 맛있는 거 사줄게.
Yeah, look at this thing.
물론
This guy's
회사 카드로.
thinking these guys going insane is kind of nice because if these guys don't have bad panic. No, it's the normal ones that do. These are the tiers ones. So their panic effects are fine. So panicking them isn't that beneficial. Oh well. You can go for an attack safely, so you go for that one. Means I won't be able to get some passives triggered that I would have gotten if I went for the 3 bloom, but that also means that
시원한 걸.
Ishmael doesn't just lose the random sanity that she does whenever you get a gloom absolute resonance, or just a gloom 3 resonance, not even an absolute resonance. Okay. Nice.
금방 끝내고 버스로 돌아갈 수 있겠다.
Now we
그치?
can put more of this stuff. This works. Once again, purposely avoiding the gloom 3 resonance, partially so that Heathcliff doesn't, well, spend all his sinking, and partially so that Ishmael doesn't lose a bunch of sanity. Okay, victory. Now we got a heal tile. Do the heal tiles help do sanity as well? I know the ones in the shops do sanity as well, but I don't think the actual, like, rest spots do. Heal. We'll just heal you the most. Because I don't think it is any sanity. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. And he needs the HP the most. Ego gift time. Greatest shop time. See if we get anything we want. Otis isn't that great. Cloth or blunt. I don't know why I checked that. I know what that does. Special contract is funny. These are like fairly funny. Otis skill could be nice. Just get another. I'll take another focus. Why not? Could be beneficial. And none of these are like actual stuff that synergizes with sinking, so I'm not too bothered by not getting any of them. Even though the contract is funny.
먼저 끝내고 돌아오는 친구는 맛있는 거 사줄게. 물론 회사 카드로.
I could go for this here. Oh, I could corrode this here. I like the idea. Yeah, why not? Go all in. Go for the sloth, because all the sloth stuff is going to get buffed this turn. He's going to win a clash. He actually might lose the clash, though, so who knows. The person he's targets might just stagger. Tails, or I mean head's unfortunate. But that's still fine, because this is a lot of damage. The 72, and this is the first attack. Then the second attack, and now the third attack, 210 total. Not that much, but it's still a lot. That's also a lot of sinking. That just killed. Nice.
허점을 찾았습니다.
금방 끝내고
4
버스로
sanity,
돌아갈 수
that's
있겠다. 그치?
something. Should you just counter? I think you should just counter, yep. He's got his HP back now, so he shouldn't be too bad.
다음은 어디입니까?
완벽한 한 방. 시원한 걸.
Okay. And one with 4 bleeds for the sake of it. Can't use the mass attack form, but it's still fine because they're weak to blunt. And floor 2 boss. Apple.
가능하면
Alright, we'll make this apple super sad. And we can just spam one-side attack safely, I think. As goofy as an idea that is. It worked. More thinking, more sinking. A lot of sinking, not enough sinking count though, so I don't think it'll be that great. This is where the sinking count comes into play, but it's not going to be enough. No. I don't think any of the EU gifts do anything about sinking count, which is a little unfortunate. That's, you know, the entire issue with sinking for the most part. There's like no sinking count. Oh, that was sinking count though. I guess Ishmael's skill 2. Oh, that Ishmael's skill 2 is 5 sinking count, isn't it? That's our sinking count thing. It's something like that at least. Yeah. There we go. We took some damage there for the joke, though. It's fine if it's for the joke. 21 sinking. I mean, we just go all out with our weaker stuff here, I think. No. Use this to gain a little more charge. You go for this. You go for this because it doesn't have sinking. There we go. He's down to 1 HP, so anything we do at this point does nothing for us beyond just trigger its effects that help us. All the sinking we're inflicting on this guy now means nothing. Even the stuff that affects next turn doesn't mean anything, I don't think. We'll see if we can get decent sinking on this guy. If we just manage the count, that's all we need. We could try like focusing count on the head. Anything that inflicts sinking count, use it on the head, and anything else, use it on the body. Something like that. Like this is nice. It's fine. These are actually some bad clashes though. You counter this. Yeah, that'll work then. Well, we'll redirect that most likely. Like 5 sinking, that's not a lot of sinking count. We don't have a lot of sinking count stuff this turn, So what, we just focus on winning clashes for now, I think? Oh, who does that need to be dealt with? You, okay. We'll get the sinking count next turn buff, and then... We're not going to get this next turn, are we? I don't think we will. And inflicting sinking next turn is a little unfortunate. Especially since we don't have Yisong's tertiary right now. Which is a good way of getting sinking count, and that's the source of our sinking deluge. I think this guy's just gonna be dead by the time we get any, like, reasonable amount of sinking on it. My head's broken though, so next turn he's gonna be immobile. We clashed against, like, most of his attacks, if nothing else, so... Not too worried.
오, 머리 좋다 단테. 방금 완전 좋았어. 저건 너덜거리는 것 좀
Alright,
봐.
sinking
완전
time.
제대로 먹혀들었다. 그치?
Head's got, well, 8 sinking with 1 count, so it's actually not gonna do anything, is it? Yeah, no. This is sinking count next turn. This is sinking next turn. Yeah, that'll be sinking count though. That doesn't inflict sinking count. This inflicts sinking. Inflicts sinking. And this inflicts sinking. There we go. See how it's looking by the end. That's got a little more sinking than I thought it would. No, that's because I went for the body there, I think. No, it's because I think I've been messing up these targeting a little bit here. Yeah, I definitely have. That's fine. Still a fair bit of sinking count. Ah, darn. 10 sinking with 1 count, and now it's dead anyways. I don't know what did I do exactly. Possibly the sinking? Why did it just take 21 damage at the start of the turn? I don't know. Oh, whenever an ally inflicts sinking on any of the skills, the ally gains offense level up next turn. Allies with the Wrath skills gain 2 offense level up instead. That's just not really that great, because it just means you get a damage buff whenever you inflict sinking, which isn't good for actual, like, sinking numbers. We'll do the challenge battle, the risky encounter.
먼저 끝내고
And
돌아오는
guys,
친구는
4 of
맛있는
them.
거 사줄게. 물론 회사 카드로.
Got some attacks that'll make these guys into a fine huddle.
돌격합니다.
Which is, of course, the best way to enjoy Encore people. And we're hearing this song again.
유효타 좋아. 계속 집중하지.
Funny.
저희가 이길 것 같아요.
Whoops. I think we just kill, yeah. All there is to that. Like that. There we go.
진하게 패주지.
야! 타!
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
Ooh, that's not nice.
너무 쉽잖아.
이 공격은 꽤 먹혀든
Okay,
것
luckily it
같아요.
just won that against like a single like partial semi-clash, not the actual full thing. I just saw him just hitting the song, and it wasn't very nice of him. What do you call an individual clash? There's not a term for it, is there? Just an individual, like... Because in Ruin, a clash was just a single dice against a single dice, but in Limbus, a clash is the entire skill versus the entire skill. Whoever wins that entire thing wins the clash. And I don't know if there's a word for just whenever a coin of just a battle between two coins.
유감 없는 싸움을 기대하겠소.
Expect a battle with no regret. You can hope. Let's keep send. That's 6 Tremor. It's always nice to get off early. Morale boost entertainment, that's just sanity stuff, right? Oh no, morale boost is good. Haste to self and allies adjacent, which would be just Honglu. Is it? I want to see if it's still bugged.
박살내주마.
I actually haven't been paying attention because in the past it's been bugged, so morale boost only affects the people next to Otis and never triggers for herself,
피어나라.
which is definitely strange.
하나비었소.
야!
Bit of umbrella thwackage.
저들이
His sanity's gone way too high for us to be able to reasonably manage it. So I'm just gonna have him do whatever, I guess, and hope it goes fine. When it comes time for an actual boss, I'll probably just spam his egos just to reduce his sanity a wee bit.
피워보지.
He's got like some sinking here,
완벽한 한 방. 시원한 걸.
that's for sure. It's still such a strange unit. Like the other 3 stars we've gotten this season have been all like fairly decent. Nothing to the extent of like Grip Sinclair, which is fine. We don't need stuff to the extent of Grip Sinclair, but like Roseban or Rodion I've enjoyed a lot.
금방 끝내고
Vice versa
버스로
Yisong I've
돌아갈 수
enjoyed a
있겠다.
lot.
그치?
K-Corp Honglu I've enjoyed a lot. We'll have to see how Leo Ishmael is, but Burn is my favorite status effect, so I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
Just very funny to use.
다음은 어디입니까?
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
너무 쉽잖아. 유효타 좋아. 계속 집중하지.
Otis skill again, we're not giving you more stuff. Rupture, Tremor. Nothing. Yeah, no, we're just gonna leave. We've already given Otis 200
빨리 시작하시죠.
plus worth of upgrades. She does not need more. I do kind of wish it wouldn't choose the same person multiple times unless you didn't have enough people for to choose different people. But I think I'd rather spread it out than kind of build it all up on one unit unless I was only using like 1 or less units. But I can also see the benefits, just it being chosen a bunch randomly if it chooses someone good. Like if you're doing a run where you're using all like the busted people, but it keeps on choosing Grip Sinclair, you just keep on increasing the amount of his tertiaries. However, there's an equal chance of that happening as there is a chance of it literally only giving buffs to like Warp Mersault, who you only brought because you really didn't have any good ideas who to bring.
우수했어.
Like that. Sure it happens, but oh well.
피워보지.
One of them's dead already. This one is almost staggered. Oh, the robot's gonna heal him? No, just give him
공격점을
buffs.
찾았습니다.
Give him buffs the next turn. Specifically the resist buff for some reason. Sinking Deluge there. I guess, is it just always inflicting the Sinking Deluge whenever he attacks with that? because the fact the target's pretty much always above 6 sinking because of the actual ego gift.
우리가 우세. 서둘러 끝내보자고.
Yeah, I mean, so for these guys, these goons.
너도 걸레짝이 되어버렸군.
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을. 다시 못 살게 구는
혼자서
일은
적을
없을
전부
것이다.
쓸어버리시다니.
Okay, do I want? I'll just go for the normal fight because it gives better stuff.
이번 지휘도 부탁드립니다.
Might as well.
먼저 끝내고 돌아오는 친구는 맛있는 거
Alright.
사줄게. 물론
2%,
회사 카드로.
that'll be good damage. That'll be fine damage. You need to counter this guy to be able to do anything. He's not close to being staggered. It's a slash attack, so he might be close to getting staggered. But if he gets staggered, so be it. Such is the will of the city. How are you keep on getting tails, you son? You should not be getting any tails at all.
완벽한 한 방. 시원한 걸.
That looked weird. The 0 power counter really is incredible.
방금은 좋지 않았어. 뭐 그럴
저
수도 있지.
사람들
포기하지만
좀
말자.
지칠 것 같아요.
Counter again. Get your 5 damage off. Better than no damage.
먼지나게 패주지.
I mean, he's got paralysis, so we'll get at least like a roll of 10 and probably a 5.
다음에는 머리다.
I think I need to like combo his like counter skill into his like teleport more often. I feel like that's its purpose. That's kind of the only thing you can do with this guy.
이기는 편.
I was thinking to use it. What does it cost? Do we have a lot of it saved up? 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. We do not have a lot of Wrath or Lust. Need to use more of it then, which should be doable. All these guys are staggered. We can use a mass attack here from Yi-san. It's not going to go off in time though, so we used it in spirit.
소란이 줄었네요.
And boss fight, weak to Pierce. Okay, so it's not Guido. So this floor is either Guido or one of the two Morels. So it's one of the two Morels. Which one though? I don't know. I think Revived Morel's weak to Slash. I think it's normal Morel that's weak to... No, neither of the Morels are weak to Pierce, I don't think. So is this someone different?
빨리 시작하시죠.
Might be. I don't think Guido or either Morel's weak to Pierce. Oh, it's because, yeah, Morel isn't weak to Pierce, but these guys are. Okay, that makes perfect sense. You just use Ebony Stem, just hit them all. Hopeless, of course you're the one who has to deal with Morel. You just counter that, and next turn we'll have you use your ego, and hopefully it'll go fine. Like that, there we go.
돌격합니다.
Ebony Stem's gonna do wonders here. They resist Gluttony, that's right. But they're still weak to Pierce, so it's still fine. Nice.
승리를 위해서라면
327. That's fine.
좋다. 좋아. 계속 집중하지.
Not the most, but they're all close to being staggered, to the point where Panada Party still staggered that guy.
나도 그렇게는 안 했을 것 같은데.
적들이
Yeah.
흔들흔들.
많이 피곤해?
We do it again.
아니야.
We're very low on lust, though. That's the one issue. Because I think your only source of lust, your tertiary, which isn't a great only source of lust. Because I think more lust would probably be better. Oh, if we do this, we won't be able to teleport. Oh well. I know that was like the entire plan, but
머리통을 박살내주마.
I'm not too bothered. Maybe we'll build up more lost in the future. Does Faust might have lost? I think there was a decent chance of that. Hard to say though. Yeah, that just killed 2 of them straight up. And this, let's see if Sench will do fairly well against Morel. He's neutral to Pierce. And not quite enough to stagger him though, and there's no way Sinclair wins this clash. Yeah.
소란이 줄었네요.
And Sinclair doesn't take too much damage either, so
걸레짝이 되어버렸군.
we just need to take down Morel.
금방 끝내고 버스로 돌아갈 수 있겠다. 그치?
100. What? Oh, it's the Scarlet Moth. Because the Scarlet Moth triggered for Ebony Stem because the first thing I was used. I was like, how did he just take a third of his HP of damage? Because we don't have the contract, but no, it's the Moth. It's always the Moth.
키워보지.
Such a funny ego
조각은
gift.
하나비었어.
Especially when like you've got like Otis in your team, because Otis is very frequently fast, especially G-Corp Otis. He's got so much speed. And then if you just spam Ebony Stem, you can get good moth off. It's not a lust skill, so it won't hit 2 people, but it'll still hit 1 person for half the damage you deal with Ebony Stem. Which is a lot. Okay, this is nice. At start of turn, I was just thinking of their offense level and defense level reduced by 3 for the turn, and these 2 are like the really good poised ones that have great synergy together, but we'll take the sinking one. Hopefully we'll get some more good sinking stuff from some of these upcoming shops. Like, we're gonna go like this, I think. Maximize event. And maximize the shop. Do you have lust? You do not have lust. I thought you did, but you do not.
빨리 시작하시죠.
So Honolulu is going to be crucial if we want to use a lot of egos, but it's going to be Honolulu's tertiary. That's crucial. That's the kicker.
유감 없는 싸움을 기대하겠소.
Isn't great. We can use it here at least. You should start off with your ego though, just so you have a chance to build up sanity, because this one heals SP for yourself. Yes. 12 SP for all allies, and you'll get this SP from winning a clash, and because it's a default ego, it doesn't cost anything. So the neutral, that's fine. You should be able to take it, I think. Just go for Puddle Stomp, just because it will do slightly more damage, possibly. If you stack this guy, he can't counter you. Nice.
적확한 하나비었어.
Okay. You got this, Yisung? He does not got this. I've changed my decision. He does not have this after all.
모든
It's
기관은
obvious.
파우스트가 알아요.
And representation emitter. Stagger one of them, stagger plus one of them, and the other guy's not quite staggered, but he's probably close.
너무 쉽잖아.
Oh.
음,
Well,
금방
he almost
끝내고
killed at
버스로
least.
돌아갈 수 있겠다.
Not quite. Oh, Yisung got staggered. I think I missed that part. I knew he took damage, I just didn't know he fully got staggered. There we go.
머리통을 박살내주마.
Order.
허점을 찾았습니다.
I do like G-Corp Otis a lot. Just the haste is really nice. He's got like a very strong passive. Just because it only costs 2 sloth resistance, which happens pretty frequently, I'd say. And by that I mean it happens very frequently, not just pretty frequently.
돌격합니다.
Like it's happening like we're over double that here. And when it is working properly, it's effectively 6 haste for the entire like overall. It's 2 for herself and 2 for each of the people next to her. Assuming she isn't the highest as far as speed goes, and therefore it's only herself and the person adjacent to her on the dashboard. That's when it's working properly though, but it's still bugged, I think. Okay, event. Got a crossroads. So if you take the by instead of taking main road, nothing happens. What happens if you take the main road? The road might seem vacant right now, but take it for a bit and you'll see that the road is jam-packed with cars and you'll be slowed to a crawl. Turning around is not an option either. There would be a car right behind you by the time you decide to go back. You made the right choice. It lightly smiled. The sign was still held high for whoever might enter this highway in the future. Whenever you go to the next floor, allies heal by an eighth of their HP and gain 100 cost. It'll only be 100 cost overall. It's a shame to get that one so late, but better than getting it the floor after. Okay. Take the flower, take prejudice, a little bit of healing, another fight in the shop, and then we do the boss.
옳은
Up the 4th
선택일까?
floor, that is. Not the final boss. Not yet, please. Robot.
최선을 다해보지.
방금 벌레 말은 듣지 않다는 사람 누구야?
행동을
There we go.
개시합니다.
We're doing a single mass attack, just long lives. It's fine enough. 15 to 25. And these guys are weak to blunt, so should be a fair bit. Still probably got the heads. I mean, he's not gonna lose Danby from this.
환상의 세계로 들어가 보죠.
Visit the World of Wonders. Shoot the funny little ribbon that was on the sphere. And good damage. One of them just flew up.
좋다, 좋아.
Love to
계속
see it.
집중하지.
And they've got haste this turn because of their
기운이 솟잖아.
faster buff. Still very strange. They've got a couple, like some of them just do like nothing. Like isn't one of them just gives 2 poise or something like that? Like barely anything. I don't even know what terms. It's just random every turn after the first turn of a fight with these robots.
다시
That's what I've been assuming. Something vague like that at least. I don't know if that's specifically it, but I think it's probably semi-accurate. That's nice. Healing. Stop time. Faust skill, not great. Smoke and wires is bleed, disc fragment, based on egos. Tremor burst. Yeah. Faust skills aren't even great. We don't even want to bother with her, I don't think. We'll just leave. We're gonna have too much cost by the end, that's for sure, but who knows, we might get something good here. Weak to sloth, weak to blunt. So it's my guess, this might be
아주
Doomsday Calendar? Maybe? I think that's weak to sloth and blunt. Or maybe it's like pink shoes. Pink shoes is also... No, pink shoes is weak to slash. I think it would... Or maybe... Oh, it's the wolf.
최선을 다해보지.
That would do it.
아이, 방금 벌레 말은 듣지 않다는 사람 누구야?
Simple enough. He's going for a lot of attacks here. Let's see who can actually win some clashes. Not looking great. We can just go all out in the body though. You don't actually need to clash against this guy, that's right. Why is he weak to all damage types? Is that normal? Well, it's not normal for the Luxcavation one, which is what I'm used to, so... I don't know. Oh well, we stagger the body and then we're pretty much set. Just go for Pride and Sloth. So like this, and we should be good. And redirect that one. Alright.
행동을 개시합니다.
Really, we're using more egos than I think we need to. The body's got like 100 HP. The stagger threshold's at like the 80 damage taken mark. This alone might just stagger him. Not quite, but Dimension Cutter will stagger him. And then we can just kind of beat him up. Next turn, he'll probably do like 1 or 2 attacks with like the head, something like that. But he won't be able to attack with the body because he'll still be staggered.
현명한 판단이요.
Actually got a tails there, that's nice. The one time the 5% bad result actually helped. Okay.
훌륭하오. 이외에
Excellent.
특별히 첨언할 이유도 없군.
No more reason to add any more words. You should still add some words anyway, I think. For the sake of it, for the joke. And he's not going for any attacks here. We go for the big sloth resonance, I think. Ooh, we go for little wolf. We do... No, we don't. We save that. We don't have any pride at all. We really go for a grand welcome right about now. We can almost do a full sloth chain here, but not quite enough. It might actually not be great because a lot of these sloths are like skill 1s and skill 2s, but no, he's still dead. I don't know why I'm actually doubting it. He's staggered. He's dying. He's taking damage from
다시
sinking.
못살게 구는 일은
There we
없을
go.
것이오.
Wolf contained. Onto the final floor we go. First we get an EU gift though. Will we get something we want? What do I want at this point? Well, more sinking stuff. That's about it though. Random ally gains poise at the start of the combat phase. That doesn't help. More damage against stuff with bleed. Do we have like any bleed? I mean, we'll give someone poise because I think that's funny. Yeah, the penance not bad. We have a lot of cost thanks to the post. And we go top path. Here for now, though. We'll move on to the top path as we progress further. We'll have like 800-ish, 900-ish cost by the time we get to the shop, so we'll be able to buy anything.
하룬, 기다리는
More
걸
of these
못해.
guys. Are they neutral to
그치만
Pierce? They're
기다려줄게.
neutral to Pierce, so I could go for this here. Kind of running low on the pride, but we've got some pride we can
행동을
get.
개시합니다.
It's not one that's like as like hard for us to obtain as Bluff,
이 스며들 듯한
since we've got pride from both Faust
우산이
and
세진
Donglu.
않나 먹겠어.
Okay, decent, I guess. I mean, it just does a little bit of damage to all of them. That's always nice. No need to complain
완벽한 아,
about it.
한 방. 시원한 걸.
Okay, counter. And now we can go for a strong attack from him, possibly.
방패라도 맞았나?
Oh, that one just died from the butterflies. Yeah, it gains 3 poise from aim true. What like a minimal thing. The next they have a 15% chance for a crit until they land a crit, then it goes away.
행동을
It amazes me.
개시합니다.
적확한 한압이었어. 다시 못
Yeah.
살게 구는 일은 없을 것이오.
You got this, Heathcliff. He's gonna roll a 0 though, so he doesn't have this. But we've got other people to have it for him.
너무 쉽지
There we go. Robots
소란이 줄었네요.
exterminated. N-Corp avenged.
따라갈 준비는 끝났습니다.
And
좋아.
more
얼른 끝내고
Crusaders.
밥
Why is
먹으러
my game being...
가자고.
There we go. Being a little silly. All good now. Counter that one, then go for this.
해보기는 할게요.
Not party's always
안 되면
nice
어쩔 수
here.
없지만요.
Not really like Sinclair's been like close to getting staggered at all, but it's always funny reducing the stagger resist. Once we remove the stagger resist, then we won't even like need that effect once we get the starlight buff. Whirlwind staggers, that makes sense. It's a strong blunt attack, which is always very appreciated.
완벽한 한 방. 시원한
You're
걸.
staggered.
공격하시기
Okay.
힘들 것 같아요. 최대한
You
눈에 안
would.
띄게 해야 할 것 같아요.
You don't need an ego. Just go for this then. Don't need to go for anything too fancy here.
돌격합니다.
Because we could Sun Shower, but I think most of these guys are already dead. That's a 21, god. If he didn't get the heads there, he would have lost. I need to remember that. The fact that these guys are very capable of beating Ego, so I can't just be like, Ego, I win. Still needs to be a bit of strategy. 24, it did damage equal to what it rolled. Who would have thought?
너무 쉽잖아.
Yeah, nice. Okay, nice.
소란이 줄었네요.
다시 못 살게
Okay,
구는 일은
nice. 2 left.
서둘러 끝내보자고.
You have enough charge? You do not. I've not gotten very many good charge Ego gifts. There's been a couple times where I think I could have, but I haven't chosen them. Ooh. Okay. We win these, despite that very close time. The attack power down he has from his low sanity, I presume?
소란이
It's really
줄었네요.
helping. Yeah, from his
재밌는
low
순간이
sanity.
늘 새롭다니까요.
And cleared. Filtered. Shop time. We're gonna spend all 900 of our cost here. There's Grand Welcome. Dorfing to his boys, Nixie diversion to his Tremor, Heathcliff skill replacement. Absolutely. Grand Welcome, we'll take it. It's not gonna be too much here, but it'd still be decent, because we've been short on pride occasionally somehow. And we'll take this, because we might as well heal. We'll heal everyone a little bit. And team. We don't really need to recruit anyone. So I think we'll just leave the shop there. See, a couple more fights left. Fight, rest off, Abno, event, fight. Weak to blunt, weak to wrath. That's so that no one will cry, right?
이게
I think so.
옳은 선택일까?
Because what was the last time? Like, blunt and sloth is bull. I think I figured that out, and I think blunt and wrath So that no one will
좋아.
cry?
얼른 끝내고 밥 먹으러 가자고.
Something like that, God. Or you need some ego spam. Just to live, really, more so than anything else. And well, let's see if Scent does fine here. That does not do fine, though. You also need ego. And you two can actually go for that, though. Using a lot of pride, using a lot of gloom here. We're gonna have a lot of pride, or at least a decent bit of pride, because we'll get 2 pride every time an enemy dies. Thanks to Grand Welcome. And we'll just gain 5 pride at the start of every fight. Thanks to Grand Welcome. And we'll gain 2 other miscellaneous ego resources every time someone dies too. Thanks to Grand Welcome.
목적이 있었지.
Really just such a good ego gift. You guys didn't see the stream last night. I did a run where by the end I had over 600 pride resources. It was an interesting run, that's for sure. Felt like death, but I sure did it.
모든 결과들은 하우스
Do I regret my decision to do it? Not. Or, yeah, I didn't at the moment, but it's really funny in retrospect, even if it did drag on, because my units kept on, like, almost dying, and eventually did start dying. It just chose everyone who had primary pride skills, just to build up even more pride beyond just the pride from Grand Welcome. Nice. I think I died.
좋다. 좋아. 계속 집중하지.
Yeah. Nice. These empowered guys are weak to slashing instead of blunt, but we've got mostly blunt and pierce. Not going great. It says we've got good chances. I don't know how real it's being, though. Do one of these. That guy's a 2x. I had a feeling. I had a vague memory that that guy was a 2x. Because he is a 2x, in fact.
안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
Oh, great. Okay. Alright. Don't get staggered. He didn't get staggered, so we can still use Sun Shower. It'll hit 3 of the enemies. No, it hits all of them still. What? Was it not only hitting 4 of them before because of the 2x person? I guess not. I'll take it. Yeah, sure did hit all 4 of them. For like fine damage, not the most, as they will resist Pierce. But not bad.
방금은 좋지 않았어. 뭐 그럴 수도 있지. 포기하지만 말자고.
Okay, Honglu's got a slash. He'll be our slash guy. Isn't he mostly blunt though?
다소 유리하구려.
I think he is. Maybe he's not the slash guy. We can mass attack this though. It'll probably not hit who I want it to hit though. We've not had a single chance to use Mind Whip this run.
보지.
Because Ishmael's just been trolled too hard and we don't have enough stuff focusing on guard. Okay, let's see who this goes for. It's going for all 3 of them. Excellent.
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을. 다시 못
Because this
살게
mass
구는
attack
일은
doesn't
없을
abide by
것이오.
like 2x and stuff, as far as I know. It just seems to target 3 people randomly.
하론 스타메질
2 rats with 1 stone, alright? Karen will grant you path. Thank you, Karen.
소란이 줄었네요.
There's the victory. I don't know why it decided to take a look at Otis before going to the victory screen. I guess it thought Otis was going to go do another attack, but then was like, oh wait, no, everyone died. Simple. It's easy enough mistake to make. Everyone heals a little bit, pop them off, and leave the rest up. Have no time. Weak to blunt,
순수했던
weak to lust.
나날로.
We don't have very much lust. We've got some blunt. Man, you guys are weak to pierce at least.
다치시지 않게 싸우셨으면 좋겠어요.
We'll be able to do decently good there, I think. We're gonna do this again, though. Because might as well. Who to counter, though? Who to counter? You. Yeah. Alright. The Otis, or no. Ishmael goes for you. Who's that going for? Oh, you. Not great. Oh, and you're also. I think Otis is gonna take a couple hits here. We can't redirect everything. We can't redirect most things. Or only 2 things, really, but that's still a couple more than I like. That should be good, though. I know that Synchro's going for, like, a really bad flash, but, like, he could take it, so I don't really care too much. He's a tank for a reason, and that's because he can tank damage. Tails sad. Should have corroded it. Oh well. You never know beforehand. I feel like the one time that I do corroded is usually when it still rolls heads. Because it is still more likely to roll heads, assuming his sanity is still fine. I actually didn't check his sanity. He might just be low enough that... No, I think it was high enough that it was still more likely to be heads. But it just always feels like tails. Lucky these guys are dying rapidly, like flies.
늘 새롭다니까요.
Yep, that one's dead. And this one, I think, yeah, Heathcliff actually killed one of them. Good for him.
이기는 편, 우리 편.
Now we strike, and they'll fall. They'll all fall.
해보기는 할게요.
Fall, they
안
all
되면
will.
어쩔 수 없지만요.
Okay, that one down.
못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이오.
와, 엄청난 공격이었어.
Strike
기념할 만한
늘
걸.
새롭다니까요.
and playing Surge. A little bit of HP. There we go. So now we get an event, then the boss, which is probably so that no one will cry. I think. I don't remember. I don't remember the resistances and weaknesses and stuff. Oh, this isn't the nurse. Why is it so similar to the nurse? This is a hospital. It's dark and bleak like the hallway of the hospital always has been. From the end of the hallway where the lights flicker, something giant approaches. Slides down at a constant pace, making the sound of rusted wheels. The person is tightly tied to the dusty hospital bed. Could they have been a patient in the past? When they reached the thought that there was no point in trying to fathom how long they've been lying in it, it began to move at last, one with the bed. Having earned the freedom to run freely after too long, it fiercely charges at us, dragging its wheels along. Pull out the intravenous line on its body. Oh, the I forgot what you call it. Like, yeah, that line, that one there. I mean, the intravenous, I assume, is the name of it. I'll pull it off. We'll pull it. One of you two. Well, you need to hit. You need 2 out of 4, which is probably very doable. Yeah, you got this. There we go. The intravenous line was removed from its body, and the red line was pulled out. Its body regained vigor, as if relieved of some kind of curse. This is where we get the medical kit. Perhaps the line was siphoning its nutrition rather than supplying it. First aid kit earned, yep.
했어요.
Cool. Would be nice. Yeah, that's interesting, because that looks a lot like, the nymph. The other nurse one. The one that gives the, like, actual lobotomy back. Very interesting. And yep, it's sure so that no one will cry. Good to know. Mind whip, we build up mind whip. It'll take time, but it'll happen. You're weak to fried wrath blunt. Okay, that's doable. I think, but your slash resistance is very high, so you just don't go for a slash attack, even if it is one of those, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Oh no, you defend, right. You take a hit, and then next turn, you do your funny attack. Perfect. That. And then we just want one-sided attacks on the right arm, I think. I need to reset that again. There we go. Dominating. Oh no, I didn't. I just realized he's not going to counter. I accidentally redirected the thing he was trying to counter. Well, she got her charge at least. Even if she did get staggered there, that's fine. By me. But yeah. There was a little bit of a misplay there, I think. That's fine. We can still get the teleport off eventually.
여행은 목적이
We can just
있었지.
spam his teleport too. I don't know why I focus so much on his teleport, but just because you can get 49 base power with it,
무얼 잘못했는지
or
아는
49
것부터가
total power
시작이랬어.
with it, without even needing to like build up his damage, really.
모든
And that's
결과들은
a couple power.
몬스터가 알아요.
It's like 39 if you rolls a tail, then you can get plus 10 power for it if you spend the charge.
이 공격은 꽤 먹혀든 것 같아요.
Arm almost got stagger plus, but no, it's just
아군에게
staggered.
무너졌다. 재정비를 해보는 게 좋아.
Accumulating curse. The right arm's got a fair bit of sinking. Okay, anyone who's got, like, sinking count... No, that'll get rid of all the sinking, won't it? Maybe... we wait and sinking deluge at some point? Like, well... I mean, we're gonna go for this, obviously. I think we just go all in on the body. And then we'll use the sinking count that gets inflicted next turn as, like, a basis for
피워보지.
our plans, our future endeavors. And by future, I mean next turn, just spamming anything that inflicts sinking count onto the body. Which isn't much. Of course, Reindeer Ishmael is one of our best ways of getting sinking count, and we're not going to get sinking count next turn on him because you lost your clashes and you've been staggered.
이런.
Alright. Hopefully there is a sinking U gift that just really helps here. I hope there is, because, like, there is just not enough sinking count. Like, Rupture, you can get some, like, decent Rupture. There's some decent ways to get Rupture count now.
공격하시기 힘들 것 같아요.
It wouldn't all
최대한
stop
물에 안
moving.
튀게 해요.
Oh, we didn't take out the right arm, did we? Yeah, no, it's still alive. I forgot about that part. You don't even have the skill we want from you? Okay. But we need to get rid of the talismans, so that'll be a little check next turn. This inflicts sinking count, there we go. I just hit win rate, great. You stagger the arm. Am I even clashing with this stuff anymore? No, I'm not, am I? Well, then you are gonna need to clash with one of these, so someone else, you take out the right arm then. Then Faust needs to counter the other one, which she can do fairly well, so I'll take it.
행동을 개시합니다.
Right arm's been re-staggered. Not gonna die yet. We can kill it next turn if we need to. Don't know how necessary it is to make it go fully out. It's funny just how many of the new Abnos focus on an arm you have to destroy. It's like that for both So No One Cry and Fairy Gentleman. I think the joke there is it's the left arm for one and the right arm for the other, kind of to do with the fact that the actual first floor of the Dungeon of Canto 4 is like a mirror of itself. So it's supposed to kind of like mirror each other. Then they also have very long legs having an arm you break. Which also just kind of a thing. This is the best chance, always.
생각보다 쉬웠어.
Sinclair gets taste
잡기를
next turn.
한데
Sure.
기회 아니야?
Yeah, you've got a fair bit of sinking, but we can't spend it. We don't have a way to deal with it. Which is very sad. I just
피워보지.
needed to get Yisung in one of the shops to give him another skill 3, but we just didn't see that, because Yisung's skill 3 is pretty crucial to getting this build off. The sinking has been a lot of damage over the course of the battle, similar to like when you have the battery. There he goes, being staggered, all that stuff. Now we're gonna
좋아.
take out the right arm.
하나를 박살냈어.
And now we take out the body a little bit. Not like all the way, not yet. But it's still going well. He has arms back to inflicting the talismans. We've got some of them. It needs 9 count to do much of anything. It just does a little bit more damage to us. And I think we just go all out here. You don't have enough charge still. We did not get a single Mind Whip off. Barring the one we got off on Heathcliff.
해보기는 할게요.
You know, it wasn't exactly the best Mind Whip, because, well, it was on Heathcliff. Don't really want to hit him too much. Even if it does benefit him a little bit. It wasn't a successful Mind Whip, because it didn't have the charge. It's just a random target Mind Whip. But he's been dealt with. He's been sealed away. Victory. Seen So the Gnome Won't Cry a lot. I feel like I've seen Fairy Gentleman once. I've seen The Bull once.
개화하였구려. 이 순간을
Seen Fairy
어딘가에
Longlegs a
담고
couple
싶군.
times, but not in the actual series, both the times I saw it. Song did the most. No shocker there. And yeah, few gifts. We'll receive this, of course, our 99 Starlight. Oh yeah, regarding the Starlight, I did learn something that I guess kind of makes sense about it. That will make my plans for Starlight a little bit harder.
식사
That being the fact that if I do want to get Star-Lord Spirit, I need to have both of these. So I need to take this bottom part, so I've been doing that as well. So I need to get this. I'm doing this instead of going for here, because I feel like the speed and stuff is better than that one, because I don't even know how good that one is. But I digress. We're building Starlight. It's going well. Time for daily extractions. Will I get lucky? Will I get nothing? Find out this time. The Ryoshu. Yeah. 1 star. This one is just basically whatever. It's also funny they've charged extractions for egos. It really just feels like it's there to be filler. And you... 1 star. Just been getting a lot of 1 stars recently. Not even getting good luck as far as 2 stars go. But that's fine. 'Cause that'll be all for this time. Sinking is fine. Nothing special, but it's fine. Not really much else to say about that. I will say that even though Mirror Dungeon 2 Hard has been postponed to next week, I will still be streaming when the update comes out. Because I'll do some polls, I'll hopefully get the new Liu Ishmael, and then I'll just do more Mirror Dungeons then. That'll be Wednesday, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, normal stream time, when the update comes out on the dot. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.